Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining me for today's snapshot. Today we're going to be looking at the US dollar ahead of the elections and how to trade it. But before we do that, please take note of the following important information. Please note that CFDs are high risk products and that you should be completely aware of the risks that they pose. Also note that this is a general market commentary only and does not constitute investment advice. Also please note that these are our sources of information. Okay, thank you very much for that. Now, we note that M2 money supply has continued to expand. You can see the positive gradient of this red arrow. This theoretically should increase, this theoretically should pressure the greenback. An increase in supply should pressure the greenback, but that hasn't been the case. Since September, the US dollar is actually up. And one of the reasons for this is, of course, that there is an increased perception of risk and uncertainty out there, especially by market participants, and this has driven up demand to match the supply. And of course, one of those risk factors is the US election. Let's take a look at the charts, and you can see that we do have a series of lower peaks followed by lower troughs. There's the downtrend. However, the US dollar is up off of its September low. What we're looking for after the US election is, do we get another lower peak right over here? For that to happen, we'd need to see price fall below this reference candle's low. The other option, of course, is for a higher trough to chart right over there, and for that to happen, we want to see price close above that reference candle's high. And given the fact that we're on the cusp of the US election, we're watching this chart with interest. Of course, the RSI is below 50. That is on the bearish side of the oscillator, but it is approaching 50, and we're going to watch for that as well. Let's just end off with some key takeaways. And the US dollar is off its September lows, but has been moving sideways in recent weeks. The resolution of the US election will take some of the uncertainty out of the market, but of course not all of it, especially when we regard COVID. What we are waiting for is to see if the US dollar charts a higher trough or a lower peak on the weekly following the conclusion of the US elections. If you found this snapshot useful, please click on the subscribe button below. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the near future.